Hi, Kori.
Hello.
Gosling scored a goal. She was on the ice at the end. How do you describe how she's been playing, how she's improved?
Yeah, Gosling, she's a very special player, and she continues to improve kind of every week that goes by with our group. We're seeing her more confident with the puck, carrying the puck, making plays. We were due for maybe a bounce like that as well, and I think her teammates were really happy for her, and we were certainly happy for her. And she continues to be put in moments where she can handle them, and she can thrive in them. So really happy with her play.
Kori, tell me about Ann-Renée's game, because it was a home game for her, even more than usual. In front of her friends and family. I don't know if it added more pressure on her, but still, she came out with the win, with the shutout. Tell me about her game.
Yeah, from a coach's standpoint, it felt like nothing was getting by her tonight. It felt very calm, composed. Anne is very calm under pressure, and even in the moments where, the 5-minute penalty and then the 6-on-5 at the end, I felt like nothing was going to go past that red line. So, she just brings that for our group. She was big. Her presence was felt for our team, and I love seeing a game like that for Anne, because on a lot of nights I feel like she produces those types of performances, but maybe doesn't get that shutout result that maybe she could deserve. And so I was really happy for her, and her teammates were happy for her.
Just as a follow-up, you mentioned the 5-minute penalty. What did you see on that hit from Abby to Maureen?
Honestly, haven't seen it yet. I was watching the track. I was watching the players without the puck to see what position they were in. So I really only caught it out of the corner of my eye. I'd have to see it before I make comments on that. And but I thought our group responded really well after that, and across the whole bench, all it was positivity on needing to kill that penalty. And we've been really happy with our kill. So, they just kind of put their work boots on, put their hard hat on, and decided that, nothing was gonna go in that moment. So I thought it built a lot of momentum for us, which your special teams, aside from doing their job, that's what they're supposed to do as well, is build momentum. So.
Hello, CBC, Melinda Dalton. You have done a lot of traveling this year. You've got the league expanding out west. You've got all these takeover games. How are you keeping everyone together and healthy and ready for the Olympics for some of them as well? This is a bit more of a grind of a season than last year.
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't think we've found the magic recipe yet. We do a lot of discussing amongst our performance team, our medical team, our coaching staff, how we're taxing the players, how we're able to set them up for success with different load, volume, all of that. And I think we're doing a good job so far managing all the travel that we've had. But it's always a work in progress. There's probably some things from this week that we'll look back on, we'll debrief, and we'll see if we could tweak anything. I don't believe we played a full 60, so why was that? Is there something that we could tweak throughout the week that maybe took a little bit less off the players? Not sure. Have to debrief it with the whole crew and look back at it. But certainly loved our third period and what we brought, and we just have to do that for 60 minutes. And I don't think many teams can keep up when we play that way. We move pucks fast, we play in behind, play low, and we wear people down.
When you look at secondary scoring, I feel like this game was probably their best game on a forward perspective. You have a lot of forwards who do little things that lead to offense, and just not getting the bounce that maybe Nicole got today. Are you encouraged by what you're seeing from the group, other than the top line?
Yeah, I've been encouraged for the past 5 games. Working with Montreal for 3 years, I haven't seen 5 games in a row where analytically we should have won the game. I haven't seen it. And I would, much prefer as a coach to lose some games playing the right way early on in the season than, maybe not playing the right way, getting the bounces, winning games that we shouldn't, and then when you get to playoffs, you're not battle ready or battle tested. And we're certainly going through that right now. We're learning a lot about resiliency, grit, perseverance, what it takes to win a hockey game. Every single game is a playoff game. It felt like playoffs tonight. I felt the desperation on both sides of the puck. The crowd was absolutely amazing. It felt like we needed those. It felt like there wasn't 3 points on the line. It was a game in playoffs on the line.
Kori, just to clarify the early part of your answer, you said that you haven't seen 5 games analytically that you've won. Are you in that stage right now? Are you saying that the last 5 games analytically you won them?
Yeah, analytically speaking, we did enough to outproduce the team we were playing against. So, whether we just didn't get a bounce or something went, in the opposite direction than what we would have liked. But over the first 2 years, we saw a lot of games where the other team analytically did better than us, produced more, created more grade A, grade B, grade C chances, and maybe we were the beneficiaries in that moment of coming out with the win. So, we're grinding right now. We're finding different combinations, different duos that work, and it's everybody wants those 3 points. They're so coveted and they're hard to get, and we're playing some desperate hockey right now, and it's some gritty hockey that it's just about finding a way. And that's what, we've been able to do now for 2 games in a row.
Kori, you've made a lot of changes to your lines today and to your defensive pairs as well, and that came after a win against Minnesota. So what was the thinking behind all those changes today? Yeah,
just trying to spark different things, trying to find different duos to get some people going, to get some, people feeling like, it's right there. Although it is right there, we're still looking. Today was the first day that we had our lineup intact. Game 10 was the first game that we've played together as a group with our free agents that we brought in, with the players that we drafted. So for us, we're still learning every single day about our team. Who works well where? How can this person perform in this situation? Who plays in these situations? And so we're learning every single game about our group. And today was the first day that, we had, someone sitting in the stands because we have, the amount of forwards that we have. And, but it was the first time we were able to look up and down the lineup and be like, okay, this is what we brought to Montreal. And so, it's almost like, okay, now we start from here again. It's almost like now we start from scratch and we look for different combinations. But I think, a part of it is on us as a staff to find ways to maybe create a spark. And then it's also on the players to find a spark and create a spark and build the momentum and create the momentum for themselves as well.
And are you happy with those new combinations?
Hard to tell right now. I like to rewatch everything. There were some things that I was really happy with. And then, some things that we might have to go back to the drawing board on. And, for the third, we went back to our original D pairings as well. And, with Abby not in the game for part of the third there, we went with some different combinations there as well.
I want to hear you more on the crowd. The girls said that we feel at home here. We got family, friends here.
Yeah.
How much did it make a difference tonight?
Quebec City has been amazing. Even we came in early to the city and being downtown and the vibe of downtown and the lights and how beautiful the city is. But then to come into the game, you kind of hear my voice right now. I usually get a little bit raspy after games that are so loud. And I couldn't even really speak during the TV timeouts. So, but I don't want the crowd to be less loud. I want them to continue to be loud. But we had to bring all of our players in really tight because they were we couldn't hear each other. And I think it certainly helped, when we come to Quebec, it's a home game for us. It feels like, so many Victoire sweaters in the stands, and it was amazing. I can't thank the fans enough.
Hi, if I could just follow up on this. Would you rather keep Quebec City and the eastern part of Quebec as a fan base, or bring a rivalry, bring a team here and have a rivalry built up?
I don't know. Jana's in the room. I don't know how to answer this. I mean,
It might help her make her decision, so that's good.
well, there's a couple ways you can look at it. Like, I love having the Quebec fans as our fans. I love it. Do I think that the city would support a team very well? Yes, 100%. I kind of selfishly want the whole province for ourselves, but I understand the growth of the game as well. So, do I think the city could have a team? 100%. But selfishly, I want them to be our fans. And they're welcome to Montreal at any time to come visit. I hope we're welcome back at any time to also come visit. And, maybe we can have a partnership.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
When are you getting in Halifax will be a better choice then?
Well, don't go there.
Where are you getting into politics?
Could I be a politician? I don't know. Halifax is. How did the game go?
Another sellout today.
Sellout? And who won? Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, so the fans really got what amazing. That's great. I honestly, every city we go to, I wish there could be a team in every city, because Halifax was amazing. It was perfect. Quebec was perfect. Everywhere we go, it's just been, amazing for us and for the league and for the growth of the game. And, Nova Scotia always supports their teams well. So a team in Nova Scotia would be cool too. Merci beaucoup.
Nicole, congrats on the goal. What's
Thank
it
you.
like scoring your first pro goal in front of 15,000 people?
Yeah, it's obviously really cool, but I think it's extra special. My parents were in the stands, so I think that I'm going to give it to them. And it's obviously felt like a home game being here in Quebec City, so also that it helps too.
What was the plan initially? Was it just to dump the puck, or how did
Get it on net. Honestly, it was just to get it on net. I think we were in the mix of a change too, so just kind of trying to keep it in the zone and just got a lucky bounce off the defense there.
Yes, thanks.
Nicole, had you ever dreamed of that first goal? Had you ever imagined how you would score it?
Yeah, I kind of have imagined how it scored, and I can say it wasn't like that, but it's okay. It counted, so that's all that matters.
Just have a follow-up question, because at the end of the game, 5-on-6, you were on the ice. It's a trust thing with Kori, obviously, that she sends you in those situations. How do you like to play in those situations, 5-on-6 like that?
Yeah, it's you like to be when you're the 5 than the 6 when you're not having to try and get a goal. So, but I'm still early here and I'm still gaining her trust every time. But being in those situations and not allowing a goal definitely helps with that. In college I played a role very similar, so have had experience there and just kind of trying to bring that here into this game.
Ann-Renée, blanchissage à la maison devant 120 personnes de ta famille, de tes amis, avec la nomination pour les Olympiques en plus. Un gros week-end chargé d'émotions. Ça a été quoi tes premières pensées quand la partie s'est terminée?
Pour moi, c'est vraiment l'importance d'avoir 3 points. On sait que le classement dans la Ligue présentement est très serré, donc c'était peut-être pas notre meilleure performance en tant qu'équipe, mais on a trouvé une façon justement en troisième de garder l'avance, de bloquer des lancers. À 5 contre 6, justement, on a fait neutraliser les bâtons, toutes ces petites choses-là. Donc pour moi, aujourd'hui, c'était vraiment important d'essayer d'aller chercher ces 3 points-là dans cette Ligue-là. C'est tellement important, fait que c'était plus ça mes premières pensées.
Juste un petit follow-up. Dans les années passées, c'est les premiers Olympiques avec la LPHF. Habituellement, vous êtes nommé à l'équipe, vous retournez en centralisation. Là, tu as affronté la gardienne avec qui tu vas être pendant le prochain mois aux Olympiques. Comment spécial, comment différent c'est de vivre cette première expérience-là d'une certaine façon?
C'est pas vraiment les choses que je pense quand que je joue un match de hockey. Je mentirais pas avec Catherine Dubois avant la partie. T'es comme, pis comment tu penses aujourd'hui? Je suis comme, Kat, c'est juste une autre game de hockey. Puis je pense que justement, c'est cette importance-là de traiter chaque match comme les autres. Oui, je suis vraiment contente justement. L'opportunité de rejouer avec Emrance, c'est une excellente gardienne de but. Mais quand je suis sur la partie, c'est vraiment penser à mon équipe, qu'est-ce qui y aide pour eux. Quand je serai rendu aux Olympiques, je penserai à ça. Mais pour l'instant, je pense vraiment avec la victoire puis ramasser le plus de points possible.
Marie-Philippe, Abby has stepped up big for this team this season. Was there an element of wanting to step up after she takes that penalty? A little unfortunate the way the contact happened to kill off that penalty and keep the lead and get the win.
Yeah, obviously you never want to see that. Hockey's pretty fast. It's part of the play, obviously. We have our teammates back. Obviously, we're happy to see Bobo back on after. But again, it was a huge momentum change for us. I think when she got called, that's part of it. We kind of all stepped up. We wanted to kill that penalty, and we did. And obviously, it was huge for us, and we're all in this together. There's going to be ups and downs. It's not going to be easy. It was not a pretty game. We're all aware of that. But again, like Anne said, 3 points is huge in this league, and happy with it.
Marie-Philippe et Anne-Renée, peut-être un mot sur la foule. J'aimerais vous entendre là-dessus. Là. C'est l'amour que vous recevez toujours, de voir à quel point cet amour-là est encore présent et aussi puissant. Comment vous recevez ça?
Oui, très spécial. Je pense que de pouvoir, tu sais, non seulement moi, Anne et Kat, qu'on est ici à Québec, mais vraiment, je pense l'équipe au complet qui reçoivent l'amour à chaque fois qu'on vient ici. De voir comment c'était fort dans les estrades, de voir autant de petites filles, de petits garçons, génération un petit peu plus vieille, tout le monde ensemble, vraiment nous encourager. Année après année, c'est quelque chose qui est remarquable pour nous. Puis je pense que ça nous fait rappeler pourquoi qu'on le fait. Je pense que les petites filles, le petit cœur d'enfant de nous, on est encore là. Puis je pense que ça nous rappelle pourquoi qu'on le fait. Puis on est super choyés d'avoir eu la chance de jouer ici encore à Québec.
Oui, un petit peu la même chose. Pour moi, c'est toujours un honneur, c'est un plaisir. J'ai passé beaucoup d'années ici, donc de revenir, puis de voir à quel point le hockey féminin grandit ici aussi, de voir l'engouement pour soit le hockey universitaire, soit la ligue, soit avoir leur propre équipe. Je pense que les gens démontrent justement qu'ils sont passionnés, qui nous supportent, sont bruyants. La vague, je voulais quasiment embarquer dedans, mais j'étais comme, peut-être pas. Mais, tu sais, de voir justement l'atmosphère ici, les gens avoir du plaisir, les gens aimaient ça. Revenir pour une deuxième année, c'est pas juste qu'ils étaient curieux parce que c'est la première fois, c'est parce qu'ils ont aimé ça la première fois qu'ils sont revenus aussi. Et puis, comme on dit, on n'a pas perdu ici, donc on aime ça.
Marie-Philippe, ta réponse en anglais est intéressante à la question de Jared. Si tu pouvais juste peut-être la répéter en français, je m'excuse de te demander ça, la question par rapport à la punition à Abby et la façon que vous vous êtes regroupés.
Oui, je pense que veux pas, tu ne veux jamais voir ça. Ça fait partie du jeu. Le hockey, c'est très rapide. Veux pas des deux côtés. Contente que Beau est revenu sur la glace. On savait que peut-être ça allait être un 2 minutes ou 5 minutes. Malheureusement, c'était un 5, mais je pense que pour nous, on voulait se relever. On savait qu'Abby est sorti de la partie. On voulait vraiment tuer sa punition-là pendant 5 minutes. On l'a fait. Je pense que ça a vraiment changé un petit peu le momentum en fin de partie. Je pense que tout le monde était impliqué. Puis, c'est pas choyé d'avoir eu la victoire. Là.
Si je peux faire du chemin, excuse-moi, si je peux faire du chemin là-dessus, Marie-Philippe, on t'a vu sur la glace après le match parler justement à Abby Boreen. Qu'est-ce que tu lui as dit à ce moment-là?
Je lui ai demandé si elle était correcte, puis j'étais content d'entendre qu'elle était correcte.
Nicole, another question about your goal. You scored sorry about that. You scored 12 goals last year with Clarkson. I mean, you're used to scoring goals. Were you thinking about that first goal? Were you getting worried a little bit, because it took 10 games to get it? So.
Yeah, I mean, not worried. I knew that it was gonna come eventually. I mean, obviously you would like to come in as soon as possible, but something that obviously I've been striving for since the first game. But I mean, it's still adjusting to the game, the way that it's played here. So just happy now to finally get that off my back. But
thank you.
Marie-Philippe, it's now 5 games that the other lines on the team haven't scored a goal when you haven't been on the ice, but they're getting chances. I think this game they had a lot of chances getting close. As a captain, what do you say to the other players that, when they're getting chances, maybe the production isn't scoring, but they're doing the little things that need to be done, and eventually it's just going to go in, like Nicole's goal, maybe a little bit?
Yeah, 100%. I think this group is a big believer in little details and to keep going, honestly. everybody's doing the right thing. Hockey, there's bounce that goes in, sometimes doesn't go in. But honestly, the work that's been done in practices day in and day out, people show up for the right reason. It's going to come. Have no worries. They have chances. It's just a matter of time. And honestly, the work that they put in, and we put it as a group, it's not one player. It's all of us together, grinding it out day in and day out. And this game was proof of it. Everybody was on the bench, wanted to win that game, even if it was nothing. People always willing to block shots, and that's what it's all about. This league is not easy. I feel it's a playoff game every night, and that's the best part about it. You want to play with the best against the best, and the girls on this team is willing to do that, and we're pretty lucky to be part of this group.
Oui, question pour Marie-Philippe et Anne-Renée. Je suis en carrière Le Soleil. Ça fait 2 matchs que vous jouez à Québec. Vous voyez tout l'amour qu'on vous porte, évidemment. C'est quoi votre pensée sur le fait que est-ce que Québec devrait mériter un club ici, de la LPHF?
C'est certain qu'en tant que joueuse, la façon qu'on a pu expérimenter Québec au courant des derniers jours, que ce soit on était dans le Vieux-Québec, t'as l'opportunité de voir un petit peu la culture, ces choses-là. Ça a été vraiment une belle expérience. À chaque fois qu'on est accueilli ici, on est accueilli à bras ouverts. Donc, en tant que joueuse, c'est certain que l'expérience est tout simplement exceptionnelle. Je peux même pas, pour moi, à chaque fois, j'ai la chair de poule quand je vois Simon Cadry qu'on va jouer à Québec. Donc, je le souhaite fortement. Je sais que la Ligue prend beaucoup de choses en compte, mais c'est certain que s'ils regardent juste les fans sont là, c'est les meilleurs, puis il n'y a aucun doute là-dessus. Donc, je le souhaite de tout mon cœur. C'est pas nous qui prenons ces décisions-là. J'espère juste que le monde va continuer de nous supporter. À nous, la Victoire de Montréal.
Melinda Dalton with CBC. You said it in French, but I just wanted you to repeat in English what it's like playing for a crowd like this. You guys are used to it in Montreal, but your families were all here. This was a big game for you guys to show again, Quebec, how you can play and how you can play at home. Can you just repeat what you said in French?
Yeah, it's just very special every time you have that chance to play in front of a big crowd. And obviously for Anne, Kat, and I, being able to have family and friends here, very huge opportunity, but it's bigger than that. I think the girls that come here, they feel the love right there. I think you come in Quebec City, like Anne said, people are welcoming us from the first day. People showing up at our open practice in the stands. People are excited, and it's pretty amazing to do that. And it did feel quite at home tonight, and it was quite special.
Raphaël Bédard, j'aimerais savoir, les filles, est-ce que vous avez senti que les partisans aujourd'hui ont joué un rôle important dans la victoire?
Oui, comme on a mentionné, c'était peut-être pas notre meilleure performance en tant qu'équipe. Et puis, des moments qu'on avait besoin d'énergie, puis on pouvait toujours se tourner vers eux. Il était bruyant, il avait l'air d'avoir du plaisir, il était engagé. Tu vois qu'ils connaissent le hockey, ils encouragent au bon moment et tout. Et puis, en tant que joueuse de hockey, quand tu regardes dans les estrades, tu vois tout ce monde-là, t'encourager, te supporter, se déplacer pour toi. Je veux dire, t'as pas le choix d'avoir de l'énergie, surtout quand ils prennent pour ton équipe. Je veux dire, donc, c'est toujours le fun d'avoir ça. C'est chaleureux, c'est accueillant, c'est encourageant. Puis ça nous motive énormément. Donc, continuez de venir, on aime ça, puis on vous remercie.
Jouer à Québec avec une victoire comme ça, avec un blanchissage de Ann-Renée, quelle est votre ambiance quand vous avez mis le premier patin sur la glace des remparts de Québec pour aller jouer cette victoire-là?
Moi, je sais que quand je suis embarquée sur la patinoire aujourd'hui, je regardais pour mes visages familiers. J'étais chanceuse, j'avais ma filleule, mes nièces qui étaient directement en arrière du filet pour l'échauffement. Puis pour moi, c'était comme un petit peu de trouver ces personnes-là, de les remercier d'un petit sourire et puis d'en profiter à chaque fois. Mais c'est toujours un honneur pour moi de jouer ici à Québec. J'ai passé énormément de temps, mon hockey mineur, je suis venue au secondaire, au cégep, ces choses-là. Donc, à chaque fois que je joue ici, je veux donner le meilleur de moi-même pour un petit peu remercier tous les gens qui m'ont aidé dans mon cheminement. Je sais qu'il y en avait plusieurs dans les estrades. Donc, pour moi, c'est de rendre ces personnes-là fières, mais aussi mon équipe, puis remporter 3 points pour retourner à Montréal et puis se préparer pour le match de mardi.
Merci.
Merci.